For being with us, watching over us. Please be with the Commissioners Court as they make decisions, and please just help them to follow your will and make the best decisions possible. Amen.
Thank you. Would you join me in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. We're in a regularly scheduled Eastland County Commissioners Court meeting. It is August the 9th at 9 o'clock, and we do have all the commissioners and county judge here, so we do have a quorum. Also a table with county clerk and county auditor. Item number 1 is to read and sign the minutes. There are 2 sets of minutes. One is a set of minutes from July the 16th at 9 o'clock on a special meeting, and one is a set of minutes from July the 26th for a regular meeting at 9 o'clock. Anyone have any questions or comments about anything in those 2 sets of minutes? All right, may I have a motion to approve those minutes as presented? Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign. And that carries. Where is the signature page?
The back.
Very back.
Yes, sir. Oops. You want to give that back to me?
It's coming around.
The big.
Yep, you want to know?
Yeah.
Just
Did
gonna
you
put it back
sign?
together.
Oh, it's all right. Did you sign the small minutes?
There we go. Got it. All right.
Thank you.
All right, that takes us to item number 2, which is discuss, consider proposed or pending contracts and agreements. I don't have anything presented to me other than what's on the agenda. Anybody else have anything to bring up that's not on the agenda for an agreement? Okay, hearing nothing then, there's no action on item number 2. Item number 3 is discuss, consider approving an MOU with Texas AgriLife. Dr. Donald Kelm. Mr. Kelm, Dr. Kelm, come up and talk to us.
Well, unfortunately, you know how quick they work in College Station. I do not have the reviewed and approved one back from College Station.
Oh, okay.
Just a little change in of the calling it an interlocal agreement.
Okay.
That meant it had to go to grants and contracts to be reviewed. So once it is, then I'll get it back to you so you can sign it. And then that 5-year period, that you had in there, will be the same, can be the same, stay the same, and it'll just go from that June or July date that you had in there to, whatever,
5 years later.
5 years later, 1 day less than that 5 years later. So, nothing changing, not a contract, just an general MOU, that way, stating, from the ag policies way back yonder, why the Commissioners Court having opportunities to support AgriLife Extension in their counties, and then here's what Extension provides, here's what the county provides, and it spells it out like that. Being done across all the state. Some counties have had them just because of they chose to. 90% didn't have them, and Dr. Ripley wanted to get some consistency across the state, just so if we get a new judge, if we get a new commissioner, then we can provide them a copy, and then that is why there's support from or the partnership between AgriLife Extension and the county. I won't have to come back unless you want me to. When I do get it and get it back to you, TJ and Amy can come over, and basically at that point it's just a matter of you signing, Dr. Hyde signing, and then I'll get you the final completed copy for the files here in the county.
You could just say name.
Okay.
You don't have to.
Well, Commissioner, do you want to give me authority to sign MOU with AgriLife Extension, or do you want me to bring back what they send to me whenever they get that
I'll make
ready?
the motion to give you authority to sign it when we get it, Judge.
To sign an MOU or an interlocal agreement with Texas AgriLife Extension?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. We have a motion and a second. All in favor say aye. Aye as well. Okay. Anything else to talk to us about that combines what we're talking about here with this agreement and AgriLife Extension?
Just my annual visit.
Okay.
If I can do that, I'll take care of that now. And as you know, again, in addition to the MOU, this is my scheduled annual visit for just to let you know how much on behalf of Texas A&M AgriLife Extension, we appreciate the support. The county does provide the extension program here in Eastland County. Without that support, we couldn't have the program that we have here in the county. So selfishly and for AgriLife Extension, I appreciate the support. I know all I have to do is pick up the phone, and y'all will help however you can, and hopefully that feeling is mutual. On the front of my newsletter, as I always say, I like to talk about something that's going on in all 21 counties in District 8. This is going on all across the state. Starting last year at the beginning of the pandemic, AgriLife Extension was called upon to assist with the COVID-19 efforts, from the governor to the chancellor, and then chancellor to Dr. Hyde, AgriLife Extension. As a result of us having presence in all 250 of the 254 counties, I'm not going to go through detail by detail, because you can read the Corona CARES Act information. Extension provided a training for county officials, city officials, other entities that were eligible for that. We sent out information on that, PPE delivery and support. Last year, I guess mid-March or whatever, extension strike teams were deployed to assist with PPE deliveries and testing and all that. At that time, I know this county, Eastland, is covered out of, I think, the rack out of Dallas, if I remember right.
Well, the health services comes out of Arlington.
Yeah. So, and I was assigned to the RSA at Austin, and those were in the armories and working together with partners. You know, we were getting all the PPEs, making deliveries to all the STAR requests in those particular regions. You can see how many deliveries were made last year, and this is through last November on the number of PPEs, and it continues to go up. The contact tracing, FCH agents were asked to assist with contact tracing. The medical testing sites, we delivered PPEs and resupplied the military testing teams that were initiated by the governor. We also, July the 4th, I drove 800 miles delivering remdesivir to 5 different hospitals: San Marcos, Temple, College Station, Houston. And then that Sunday, July the 5th, we collected each RSA was distributed ventilators and to be on call. If you remember last year, that was a time when it really ramped up and the beds were short and the ventilators were short. And so we had 20 ventilators in Austin, and the other RSAs had them, and we were ready to deliver whenever we needed and called for. And then you can see the workforce are re-engaging the economy. When the governor put into place the online survey where child care providers could request PPEs, we were the ones to deliver it to the PPEs, and there were 3 or 4 child care providers here in Eastland that were on that list, and we delivered PPEs when the governor enacted the program to provide PPEs for the counties for the elections. We were the ones that got the PPEs to the respective election officials in each county. And so you can see that all those numbers there. The most important part of why I'm here today is to talk to you and brag on the job that TJ and Amy are doing. And again, this is just a snapshot of what they've been able to do, and 2020 was unique in its programming, whether, at the end of the year we got to do some face-to-face. A lot of it was virtual last year and so forth. Ag and Natural Resources, you can see a snapshot of TJ's accomplishments throughout some part of last year and then this part of this year, with the newspaper column, the radio program, the project visits, the farm visits, the horticulture club, the ag programs, and then the ag committee meetings. Amy, under Family Consumer Sciences, you can see some of the activities she assisted or conducted, with it be the blood drive, PPE delivery, welcome to the real world, the financial literacy curriculum used, the Watch Your Back programs, trends in alcohol and drugs, Sean Speaks, safety and awareness class, the Better Living for Texans, educational information she provides, the Texas Extension Educator Association clubs that is in here in Eastland County. And then you can see some of the programs that Eastland County residents participated in under child care training, COVID-19, food and nutrition, and so forth. And then 4-H youth development, 80 4-H members with 20 screen volunteers. You can see the number participated in county shows, the major shows, the district events like the food show, food challenge, livestock judging, District 8 roundup, the 11 4-Hers submitted record books for judging, and then the plant ID, photography, and then the curriculum enrichment with the Egg to Chick program, and then the community service projects. One part I want to highlight is the youth ambassador programs within AgriLife Extension, whether it be water, livestock, healthy lifestyles, or whatever. Eastland County has 2 of those. Those individuals, 4-H members, have to go participate in the training, and then they have to agree to come back and provide leadership to some programming in the county assisting the agents. None of this would be possible if it weren't for that support that you provide, and I can't thank you enough for that support. I really appreciate it. Also, I know Judge won't like this, but come November 3rd, my annual Judge and Commissioners Conference in District 8, I always have it in Waco. Other than Eastland, Waco's the center of District 8, and he always gives me a hard time because y'all have the furthest to drive to. But I'm in the process of lining it up. Wednesday, November 3rd, and there'll be 6.5 to 6 3/4 hours that will be available to commissioners. Can't guarantee a good program, but I'll guarantee a lunch that you won't forget. It's pretty good. So
Always a good program. Just, it is a bit of a drive. Oh, I'm already obligated that day, so I can't come anyway.
So.
Maybe next year.
You're welcome.
Maybe next year.
You're welcome to attend. So.
I would say I went to the 4-H banquet. That Christina was there also, and it was well done by Amy and TJ. It was excellent.
Cora and Amy,
Yes,
they
Cora,
got a lot of
yes,
weight
sure.
They got that
Yeah.
block dragging behind them. They got to keep pulling them.
TJ was cooking, and it was great, and we only ran out of food a couple of times. It was really, no, it was very well done. It was 100 or so people were there. Good presentation by everybody.
Well, and
Your
it
folks
wouldn't
did a
be
good job.
possible if it weren't for that partnership we have, and I appreciate it.
Commissioners, any questions or comments? Dr. Kim, AgriLife Extension? Well, we all, 5 of us, or at least I, appreciate what AgriLife Extension brings to our county and to our citizens that live here.
You bet.
It's
Thank
great.
you. And like I said, when I get that MOU back approved
Okay.
from the grants and contracts, I'll get it to you, and then
Okay.
we'll get it completed
Okay.
and get it in the file.
Okay, I'll bring it and just put it in the file for this meeting to go along with it when we get it. Do you want to keep that one just as a placekeeper?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, good deal.
All right.
All right, Dr. Kim, thank you.
Thank y'all.
You bet. TJ, Amy, thank y'all for what you do.
Thank y'all.
You bet. Item number 4 is discuss, consider appointing Reuben Zarate as a Veteran Service Officer. Reuben, come on down. You will remember, everyone, that our past VA service, Veteran Service Agent, David Eastland, passed away a few weeks ago, and we need to appoint someone that will do a good job for us. And I kind of racked my brain thinking about who would do a good job, and I thought about Reuben Zarate.
Thank you.
Reuben came to Cisco Rotary Club a few years ago and made a presentation about his military experience, and I thought, this guy wants to help the veteran, which is what we need.
Yes, sir.
Sure. So the government code, the Texas Government Code, Chapter 434.032, talks about the creation of a Veterans County Service Officer. And Reuben, why don't you just kind of tell us what your history is and how you came to be involved in the military and here in Eastland County?
Sure. Well, had my schooling in Ranger, Texas, and my daddy always told me, he goes, son, he goes, there's not much of life right now. He goes, but I was sure would love for you to join the military, and I should have listened to him, and I didn't. So I moved off to Kerrville, Texas, and then after my father's passing, and there was a National Guard unit there, and my daddy was always heavy in my heart. So I joined the National Guard in 1987, and stayed in Kerrville in the 111th Area Support Group there. And I wasn't in there very long, and the next thing you know, I got deployed to Desert Storm, Desert Shield. After that, I took a small little break because of my job. I was a technician for the phone company in Kerrville. But then I got back in it, and then I went to a different unit in Austin, Texas. And there's where I was going to start my retirement with the 111th Area Support Group that supported all of the Texas National Guards. So I was on my way out. I already had 18 and a half years in the military. I was on my way out. Then I got a call on December 7th of 2003 and said, hey, you're getting called up on presidential orders to go to Iraq. Didn't know what was going on. Never been really to a major war like this. And that's where it all began. My military career began, was that war, was the Iraq War. And I did 2 tours over there. But I came back with, I got injured over there. And when I got home, I didn't know what was wrong with me. There was a disease called PTSD, never heard of it. I didn't know what was wrong with me, never heard of it. Basically, I tried taking my life one time. And I didn't have no resources, no help. Nobody would help me. I didn't know what was going on with me. So I tried taking my life one time, and then the VA just sent me back out. Gave me all this medication and stuff and sent me back out in the world. Well, I didn't understand, all this medication was making me even worse. So I said, I'm tired of this, and tried taking my life again. And they found me. And this time, my mother said, that's enough, you're coming home with me. But I didn't have the resources to know what was going on with me. I didn't have a veteran service officer. I didn't have nobody helping me. So I had to do this all on my own. And I found out what PTSD was, and I said, somebody needs to help these veterans out. So when I came back to Ranger to retire here in Ranger, I got with Larry Monroe, and he started showing me where I could get help and how to get it help. So I said, this is very interesting, you know. How many people know about this? I didn't know we had a veteran service officer in Eastland. I didn't know nothing about it, you know, or I came to him and say, hey, I need help. But everything I've done to where I'm at now, I did on my own, basically. I found the resources. I went on the computer. I went to clinics to, you know, ask questions, and, you know, voila, here it is. So then I joined the VFW, and I started helping veterans out. And I got in touch with Waco, and I have a really good resource in Waco that was helping me help these veterans out. I mean, I was doing it out of my home. I was doing programs in Eastland, you know, bringing the veterans groups down here to help veterans. You know, and I was doing this on my own. You know, I was just, you know, there's resources out there, but you just got to go out there and get them and bring them to you. So when you called me about this, it was, I mean, I was so excited and nervous. I said, now I can really help veterans. I'm in a position where I can help veterans. I want to bring a new light to the veteran service officers here in Eastland County. You know, I want to bring exposure to the program. Let veterans know there's somebody they can come and see, not just one day out of the week, but I'm going to try to come twice a week up here and help. You know, I just want to help. And anything I ever do, and if you know my track record in Eastland, I give 110%. There ain't nothing in this county or programs that people ask me to do that I don't give 110%, and most of the time I'm successful. But that's basically my career. You know, I'm 100% total from disabled veteran, and I'm just here to do the work of a veteran, to help veterans out. So it's a great honor that you would even ask me to do this, and
I think you'll be great at it.
I appreciate it very much.
Yeah. I've explained to Ruben about it's a volunteer, no pay, that we do have an office, of course. We've got an office budget. He can get some training. We will pay for the training and the travel for the training. Ask him that he might give us monthly or quarterly reports so we know how things are going
Sure.
with VSO. Of course, Ruben's got a DD 214, being fully disabled, and I think Ruben will make a great VSO. He's a combat veteran. He served his country, and with that, I would nominate Ruben Zarate to be our veteran service officer and allow the order to be signed to appoint him of that.
I'll second it.
Okay, we've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, it is unanimous.
Judge, is this effective immediately?
Effective immediately, yes, ma'am. Effective today and signed today. Now, I'm gonna send this around and get everybody to sign it, and Kathy, if you'll attest to it whenever you have a chance.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. They send it to everyone.
Ruben, here are the keys to the office. Donnie will need to get you set up on the keys about which ones go where. You've got some extra ones here as well. And then this is a card that Mr. Eastland had to get in and out of the building. You'll need to get with Sergeant Finley, Barbara Finley, on the
Okay.
front desk, and she'll get you printed up on a new card.
Where do you first come in?
Yeah.
Yes, where you come in. So I'm gonna hand that to you.
Thank you, sir.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
You are a new
Thank you.
VSO.
In your next big budget, could you get me a little bigger office?
Already. Already. What, 2 minutes? He's been to VSO 2 minutes. Ms. Zarate, what? Help me here.
I just want to say thank you very much, and
Well,
I will do you.
you
I'll
for
do a
your
great
service.
service for you guys. I appreciate y'all very
We
much.
appreciate you doing this
I'll
for
be
us.
working with you on that. Thank you,
Ruben.
Judge.
You bet.
Thank you very much. Thank
You
you.
bet, buddy.
Look forward to working with you.
You bet. Can't wait.
You might want to, she'll get you a copy of this, Ruben. You might want to send that off to the VA or wherever it needs to go to let them know that you have been made the VSO. Picture? Sure. Of course he likes pictures.
Yeah.
You want to hold this, Judge? Just
John
take
Glenn called me a big boy because I wore pants. I couldn't find pants. I don't have pants. If I knew I could wear shorts, I'd wear.
Well, there's nothing, no, he's hiding behind the chair, but he's not wearing pants either. Come on over here, guys.
Will you tell me where you want me?
Where,
Probably in the middle next to the
we've
judge.
got photograph, opportunities here all over the place. I'm gonna give that to you to
Come on
hold.
up, James. Smile, Robert.
I am.
This is it, this will be good.
Good?
All right, good deal.
Thank you, Judge, again.
Yes, sir,
Appreciate
you bet, sure.
Thank you, appreciate you guys very much.
So get with Donnie about setting up the office. I think he wants to do some painting down there, kind of change up a little bit.
Okay, who's
And then
Donnie?
Donnie Gray,
Okay, he's the,
Yeah.
so Kathy, would you
Yeah,
get contact
we-
information for Ruben? And then get with Sergeant Finley about getting your card.
yes, sir, sure will.
Okay, good deal.
Thank y'all very much.
You bet.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Oh, Ruben, I
Yes.
need that.
Oh.
Thank you.
We'll give it to you and then we take it away.
Appreciate it. Hey, listen, I look forward to working with you. If there's any trouble or whatever, please give me a call and I'll let you know that works with them. I'll give you. Then I'm gonna go resource.
Good choice, Judge.
I think so. I think he'd be great. He's got a tremendous story that brings back to us at Rotary Club.
He's awesome.
All right. Thank you, Ruben.
Thank you, Judge,
You
appreciate
bet.
you.
Sure. Item number 5 is to discuss and consider appointing Doyle Russell to the Board of Trustees for Central Texas MHMR DBA Center for Life Resources. Dion White could not be here today. This is our annual appointment that we make, and Doyle Russell has been on the board for quite some time. Doyle is a retired school superintendent over at Ranger. So with that, can we have a motion to appoint Doyle Wayne Russell to be on the Board of Trustees for the MHMR facility?
Motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye as well. And go ahead and sign this to appoint. Can I have a motion to allow me to sign the same?
Motion. Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign. I'm gonna give that to you, and that's the only one of those I've got. If you
Okay.
will test it and let us have it back, and we'll send it off to the center. Okay. Item number 6 is discuss, consider accepting annual county fee changes for 2022. County Tax Assessor Andrea May. Andrea, come on down. Are the computers up and going today?
They are. Phones are working too, so.
All right.
Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Sorry. Hope it didn't jinx it.
a good day.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, everything's working. Okay, so I have a copy of what the state sent out, just showing the fees that we can collect and everything, so if everybody wants one, and also a copy of what we are signing today. But they've notified us it's time to decide whether we want to up our optional fees that we collect. The only thing that we can add is for the child safety fee that cannot exceed $1.50. I personally don't think we should up anything. I know it's been a tough year and a half or so for people, and I really don't feel like it's the time to
Well,
add
and
anything else.
It can only be used for school crossing guard
Exactly.
services, so we don't have any school
Right.
crossing guards unless it's an SRO, I guess. So all the rest of it would be staying the same then. Okay. And you have to submit this back to the DVM?
Yes,
DMV?
DMV.
All right. Gentlemen, questions, comments? Do we want to make a motion to leave the fees as the same with no change?
Motion. Second.
Motion made and seconded, leave the fees alone, no change. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Okay, and.
Actually, there's no
what
place to sign, actually.
else do we need? There's no place to sign,
No.
just check the box.
No, I'm not. I had an extra one for you, but. You want this one or no? Okay.
you want a copy?
He doesn't have to sign it, so. Want that one?
There we go,
Okay.
there we go.
Thank you.
All right, good deal. Anything else on that, Andrew?
No, and I will get this sent off, emailed today.
Good deal, thank you.
Yes, sir.
Made it too easy.
This one is an easy one. All right,
Thank you.
thank y'all. Bye.
Item number 7 is discuss, consider ratification of commercial service order and agreement between Suddenlink Business and the County of Eastland for backup internet service to the courthouse. Ms. Key.
Judge Fields signed an agreement between Suddenlink and the county for backup internet service. As you know, internet was down for several days, which also took our phone system down. This was a good idea, but Suddenlink came to do the install, and there's no Suddenlink service to the courthouse. So, that contract still needs to be ratified, but I have talked to TXOL, about a backup internet. When we switched to AT&T originally, TXOL could not provide the speed we needed, the bandwidth speed we needed. They now can do a direct link to the courthouse, and they can give us, Carrie Hancock said 50 meg up and down would be sufficient. I spoke with Zach with TXOL last Friday, and he was still, we were talking pricing. But to avoid what happened the last couple of weeks, we need a backup DSL it's not DSL, a backup internet that's working. We've had one, and it's DSL, and that no longer works with the systems we have. So we've got to do something to get a good working backup.
So, I already have a backup DSL to TXOL.
That is not working.
No, it never kicked in last week or the other week. So what are we gonna do about that?
The plan is to get one good high-speed direct link to the courthouse, which should take care of you, the phones, and if internet goes down, then everybody will be backed up.
Okay, and he thought 50 would be enough?
Yes, Carrie thought for a backup, 50 would be enough.
Okay.
So right now, all I'm asking the court to do is ratify the agreement that is basically null and void,
We're
but
not gonna need it.
I have not had a Suddenlink rep contact me. And then I guess, if we can get backup internet going before next Commissioners Court,
Allow me to sign that one?
yes, sir.
Okay. So what we need now is a motion to ratify this contract with Suddenlink and to allow me to sign any future contracts for the backup DSL,
Yes. It's not DSL, it's internet.
internet.
I'll make that motion.
Okay. Do we have a second?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Okay, so any idea when that might happen?
As soon as I can get pricing, and if it's
I don't have
okay
trouble
with,
it, she does.
if it fits into the same price range, then
Right.
hopefully they do it quickly.
Okay.
Your DSL line does not work no more.
So that's the reason why it doesn't work.
That's the reason why. When they cut those analog phone lines off, they cut your DSL line off. So if you're paying for DSL internet, you no longer need to pay for it because you won't have DSL internet.
Okay. Did you stop payment and,
I told Zach we need to discontinue the one to the courthouse. I did not know yours is, and since you contracted for that, if you will call Zach and tell him also.
I never did. Whenever the internet got taken out of the budget, your office handled all of that. Cause I don't pay for it, I've never seen a contract. It was told to me that I had that backup line.
Okay, I will talk to Zach.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
All right. Anything further on that? Anyone?
No, sir.
Item number 8 is discuss and consider entering into a credit agreement between Norrigan Vehicle Data Experts and the County of Eastland. Norrigan. Ms. Key.
Yes, Precinct 3
What?
requested this. and I'll let Commissioner Wilson explain.
Yes, sir, ma'am. Audience. What this is judges that, we was trying to buy a computer laptop to work on all the equipment.
For your mechanic?
Yes,
You
sir.
talked about the budget, okay.
And that's for everybody. I mean, if anybody needs it, we'd be able to use it for any piece of equipment that the county owns. And, we just had to have a contract, credit application to purchase it.
Do you have it in your budget to buy it?
Yes, sir. I do.
Okay. We just need to sign the application for the credit.
Yes, sir. That's correct, Miss Loretta.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Any questions or comments on this credit application with Norgan Vehicle Data Experts? Okay, can we have a motion to enter into that agreement for the application and allow me to sign the same? Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries.
I think it's something. Let me see if Judge needs.
Commissioner, I will email that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much. Hi, Kathy. Good to see you.
Good to see you. I may be back.
Okay.
I'm too excited.
Oh,
Thank you. Okay.
good to see you too.
Hi, Donna.
Hello, good morning.
And at the table now, Donna Robertson stepping in as deputy clerk. And we have item number 9. Discuss, consider submission of new client application with benefit bucks to manage plan year 2021-2022 premium only, section 125 plan, health reimbursement account, health savings accounts, and debit card. Ms. Keith.
This is the contract with Benefit Bucks just to continue services we're already receiving. This is not addition of any services. And it just needs Commissioner's Court approval.
Gentlemen, any questions or comments? Okay, do we have a motion then to make this application with benefit bucks and allow me to sign the same? Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries.
Just switch over to that NHRA. Who you talk to? Next month.
When's gonna be,
To switch.
the sign-up agreement? Is that when we're gonna have our?
August 17th and 18th.
Yeah, they sent us an email, but I can't remember the dates.
Yeah.
It's
think
on timesheets also.
Yeah.
It's on,
Okay.
there's 2 times on the
I'm gonna switch
Tuesday, and Wednesday is one day, or one time.
Wednesday's just in the morning.
Yeah,
2 days.
yeah.
Donna, do you have one of these?
Yeah, just one meeting.
What number is that gonna
It's
be
number
on?
9.
They just
Number
offered
9.
it 2 days, 2 of them.
It may be the one with the notes
Oh,
on
here it is.
Yeah.
Do you need
There
to sign
is
this?
one.
Yeah,
Right
you
across
do.
the table.
I'm sorry, I'll get up to speed.
On the
with
second.
that.
That's okay. I'm not gonna tell you.
No, you are about it.
Judge, as your son said that.
I have a grandson. I don't have any
He's seen, he needs to see him get his signature. He got his picture in the magazine again. Yeah,
Judge did, I
Yeah.
missed that.
and it wasn't AARP.
And it was-
That's the one I figured the next one was gonna be in, but anyway,
Which magazine
Which
was
mag-
it?
county.
There we go.
Okay, you want me to have this one and you have
One
this
more.
Oh, one more, miss?
Cause I have one too.
There's a picture of me with my mouth open too, if that makes any difference to any comments that Robert might have.
Look natural to me.
There you go. Now we're talking. Now we got it. I knew that we were
You
missing one
spoon
there.
fed him that one.
He did, did he?
Thank you.
What's that the Elliot guy does?
I think he's going the other way, Elliot, this year.
He's backing it out.
I don't want nothing else to eat.
Better give old Jerry Jones a call.
I need to. You see where they lost, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
My Cowboys. Andy's
Hey,
Cowboys.
but they're yeah, they're paying him big bucks. He should be coming around now.
We are
Yeah,
coming around the mountain.
till they break the other leg.
Yeah.
Judge, do you need to sign this back one?
If you find one I missed, I'll sign
Okay.
it.
What's that sign?
All right.
James, who do you root for in NFL football?
Do what?
Who do you root for in NFL football?
No.
No, zero. What's easy enough?
He's boycott.
Yeah.
Thank you, Judge.
Everybody is.
All right, that takes us down to item number 10, 911 update, cooperative dispatch update, and I think Sheriff Waker has got something here about dispatch.
Morning, everyone.
Morning.
Good morning.
So, lots going on everywhere, but the dispatch call counts for the month are 973 for the police, 57 for fire, 127 for EMS, 157 for both fire and EMS, and 73 others. Brings us to a total of 1387 for the month, and a total of 8616 for the year. The servers are installed. The software is currently being installed and configured right now for the CAD. We're ahead of schedule, so we're doing well on that. The towers started getting installed last week, so I don't know what the time frame is on that, but in the next few weeks they should be up for Rising Star, Gorman, and Ranger.
Okay.
Which will give us it'll be a total 5-tower system in the county, which is pretty robust. It should cover everything.
Are y'all putting them on water towers, Jason? Where are y'all putting them towers?
They're going on Comanche County Co-op towers.
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. There's one right there. There's one at each location.
Yeah.
We just got lucky.
Yeah.
We were going to go on the water towers, but the co-op towers are better equipped to handle that stuff, and easier access up and down and the whole 9 yards. And Comanche County's been great and very supportive of us. We've had a lot of problems with the Xerox machine out there. I don't know that y'all care about that, but took some finagling. They brought us a replacement machine after threatening to go with a different company, and we lease from them. They've given us a pretty hard time of maintaining it. So anyway, we've got a replacement machine out there temporarily for right now. I've spoke with superintendents of schools, trying to get access to there's something that we talked about before and it kind of got forgot about by them, but it's come back up again. I'm going to try to get the video. Something were to kick off, they could bring it up. I think that's a really good thing. We've got two more dispatchers that are just a few hours away from getting their master certificate, so that's good. That put us with 3 masters out there now. So everybody knows I'm pretty big on training, and I think the more everybody's trained, the better, more professional we are. So I'm pretty proud of that. So that's just a few things going on this week. And it's Monday.
It's Monday. It's Monday. Jason,
Any
thank
questions for anything going on
Questions
out
or
there?
comments for Sheriff Waker?
No.
Okay.
All right. Thank you,
Sheriff.
Sheriff. All right, that takes us to 11, Uptown County Burn Ban. Of course, we do have a burn ban in place. Walter, we're having a lot of wildfires out there.
Just stuff on the interstate, people dragging chains, nothing that's been intentionally set or in violation, so.
Good. Good. Anyone else on burn ban? Keep it on, I'm assuming. Okay, item number 12 is to waive advertising and hire a part-time employee. It's gonna be precinct 1, Commissioner Maxwell.
I'm just looking to replace a part-timer that I no longer have with a new hire. I have an application and, I think the gentleman will work out pretty good.
Okay. Gentlemen, any questions or comments about waiving the advertising? Okay, can we have a motion then to waive the advertising and allow hiring of a part-time employee, precinct 1?
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. Item number 13 is personnel matters. Ms. Key, do we have a report today?
Yes, there is a report. The time period of the report is July 21st to August 3rd. During that time period, there were no new hires. There were 2 employment terminations, 1 full-time precinct 4 road hand and 1 full-time jail shift leader. And the precinct 4 road hand, part-time is moving to full-time.
Okay. All right. Any other elected or appointed officials make a report for personnel? All right. Can we have a motion then to accept the personnel report as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made, seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that's accepted. Item 14 is budgetary and appropriative matters. 14A is certification of additional revenue. Ms. Key.
There are several. The first is $2,212.35 received from Buddy Moser. It was deposited into general fund, credited to reimburse inmate transport. I'm asking the court to increase the sheriff's transport expense budget to $2,212.35. Not raise it to, raise it by. The second one is $189.75, also received from Buddy Moser. It was also deposited into general fund and credited to the reimbursed inmate transport revenue line. I'm asking the court to increase the sheriff's transport expenditure budget by $189.75. The next one is $308, also received from Buddy Mosier, also deposited into general fund and credited to the reimbursed inmate transport revenue line. I'm asking the court to increase the sheriff's transport expenses by $308.
Okay.
Next one is not Buddy Mosier. It's Texas Association of Counties Judicial Education Grant Fund. $748.98 was received and deposited into general fund, credited to the combined refunds reimbursements revenue line. I'm asking the court to increase the county clerk's travel expense budget by the same $748.98. Actually, it should be the district clerks, and it should not be 010403. It should be 010450-426. And Donna, I will change an initial of yours.
Okay.
That was for Tessa. Next is $21.28 received from Loretta Key. It was, yes. It was deposited into general fund and credited to combined refunds reimbursement. It was a mileage adjustment refund, and I'm asking the court to increase the auditor's travel expenditure line by the same $21.28. Next is $18,760.13 received from the state's comptroller. It was deposited into grants funds and credited to the FEMA grant HMA TX 4223 revenue line. This was Lake Leon Dam repair. I'm asking the court to increase the grants FEMA HMA 4223 expenditures.
So it wasn't the PW.
It wasn't.
Wasn't the PW she asked me about.
Oh,
It has the same numbers,
Right.
but it's.
oh, okay. by the same amount. And that money goes to the water supply district. Next is $685.25 received from West Central Texas Council of Governments. It was deposited into dispatch fund, checking account and credited to the West Central Texas Council of Governments grant revenue line. It's a PSAP supply reimbursement. I'm asking the court to increase the dispatch printing budget by $460.25 and the dispatch conference seminars budget by $225.
Gentlemen, anyone have any comments or questions about the certification of additional revenue and the proposed expenditures? Okay, can we have a motion then to certify the additional revenue and to allow the associated expenditures?
Motion.
Motion made and seconded. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign.
Oh, Judge, sorry about that.
And that was approved.
Okay. Judge, what was that motion to identify,
A motion
to certify additional revenue?
And allow the expenditures.
And allow, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, she emailed me, I was like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I emailed everybody. Somebody's got to know. If they don't identify it very well.
Yeah.
I'll fix it. That's why I like emails. That's why I like emails.
There we go.
No, there's not any. There's three.
Okay.
That'll be C.
Okay, that is additional revenue. 14B, emergency amendments.
No emergency amendments, Judge.
That's good. 14C, amendment changes by fund.
Yes, there are 2 pages this time. You see, most of them are adjustments within budgets. There was no certification of additional revenue last Commissioner's Court. Commissioner Maxwell just brought to my attention on page 2, under the Precinct 1 expenditures, I did an adjustment for $4,499, that it should be $44.99. I cannot correct this, but I will do a correction and bring it to next Commissioner's Court.
Okay. Yeah, come out of precinct 4 maybe?
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any questions or comments about the amendments? Can we have a motion to approve the amendments with the knowledge that there'll be a change in one of those for precinct 1?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and Donna, that carried.
Okay.
That takes us to 14D, report of financial condition.
Yes.
Oops. Yeah.
We have 2 reports this time, Judge.
Okay. This doggerel.
Yes, sir.
Christina's kids won a lot of awards at the banquet.
They did put a lot of hard work into that
Up
too.
and down a lot, going up there to get their awards. They did.
They put a lot of hard work into those awards.
60 kids.
Thank you.
All right, we have a report of financial condition for the month of June 2021.
Yes. And the first section of that report is the combined statement of cash position. These are general ledger balances as of the end of June. General fund checking, $3,283,554.93. Tax pool, $331,052.92. First Financial Bank CDs, $847,263. Texas Bank, 1 CD, $250,000. Schertz Bank, 1 CD, $250,000. Prosperity Bank, 1 CD, $250,000. Texaco Prime, $521,119.13, and Texas Class, $510,044.06. Total general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for general fund, $6,243,034.04. Road and bridge checking, $564,127.97. The other funds are listed. And on page 4, the only numeric line on the page is the total general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for Eastland County, $12,365,468.19. There are 2 total pages, and then the combined statement of revenue and expense for June. This shows June month-to-date revenue and expense by fund, and also year-to-date revenue expense by fund. As of the end of June, general fund revenues, $8,692,022.55. Expense, $7,086.62. Road and bridge revenues, $1,459,354.02. Expense, $1,151,592.87. You will see the other funds listed, and then on page 3, the total revenue and expense for all funds. The next report is the combined statement of cash receipts and disbursements. Also, for June, showing the beginning cash balance, cash receipts, cash disbursements, and ending June balances by fund and account type. There are 6 pages of that report. And as of the end of June, we were still in an adequate cash and revenue and expense position. The next report is the management report from First Financial Bank. These are securities for county funds on deposit. On page 2, the total pledged market value, it's the last number in the right column, $10,438,973.43. Then Prosperity Bank also pledges on funds we have deposit there. The market value they are pledging is $268,211.57. The next report is the interest report. It's 2 pages. The current column is this fiscal year to date. We've received $13,780.88. The history column is year-to-date, the same time last year, we had received $86,738.87. The next report is the scheduled lease payments. As of the end of June, the general fund shows the election equipment lease purchase agreement, which is now paid. And then in Road and Bridge, it's the 3 lease purchase agreements on motor graders, and then 1 lease purchase agreement on a roller.
Then you'll see the spreadsheet for the month-ending bank account totals for June 2021. As of June 30th, 2021, the total of cash and other assets in the custody of my office was $11,052,175.43.
Gentlemen, any questions or comments about this report ending June of this year? Hearing none, can we have a motion to accept and also to sign the affidavit as prepared by County Treasurer?
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. When do the kiddos start school?
The 18th,
18th.
not very far away.
No. Jill started her in-service today.
Did she? It's too soon. They're taking the summers away from the kids
And the teachers.
and the teachers. Because they start a week or 2 weeks
Yep.
sometimes before the kids.
Others good come back this week.
Do they? Wow. That's crazy. Okay, you have to do this.
Do you need the seal on it?
No, you just have to
Oh, okay.
do the date.
The date,
June.
which is the 9th.
Yes, and sign. And then you'll keep one of them. August. Yeah, that's all you have to do. You give me 3 and you keep the 4th one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look right here, I said, I'm telling you, I asked. He said there wasn't nothing wrong. There wasn't.
Are you here to talk to us about the budget?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. And that one's yours.
Ready to do August?
Now we have the report of financial condition on unreconciled balances as of August the 2nd. Ms. Keith.
These are general ledger balances as of August 2nd. I'm going to go ahead and read all of the ones I normally read because that was the June report previously. General fund checking, $2,982,727.50. Tax pool, $331,058.23. First Financial Bank CDs, $847,263. Texas Bank CD, $250,000. Sharps Bank CD, $250,000. Prosperity Bank CD, $250,000. Tax pool Prime, $521,148.13. Texas Class, $510,070.70. Total general ledger balance, all funds on deposit for general fund, $5,942,267.56. Road and bridge checking, $462,949.79. The other funds are listed on page 4. Are you making a mess?
I am, I did, I knocked stuff off.
Total general ledger balance, all funds on deposit,
Oh, it slipped that way.
$11,857,248.74. There are 2 total pages. The next report is the combined statement of revenue and expense as of August 2nd, which really reflects July activity. Year-to-date revenue, general fund, $8,799,128.16. Expenses, $7,510,441.35. Road and bridge revenue, $1,480,974.97. And expenditures, $1,284,558.08. There are 3 pages of that report. And the last report is the combined statement of cash receipts and disbursements, showing August beginning cash balance, receipts and disbursements, and then August ending cash balance as of August 2nd.
All right, gentlemen, any questions or comments about this report as of August the 2nd? We have a motion to accept that report as presented.
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor say aye. Any opposed, same sign. Let's take a vote to have a short recess. Motion made and seconded for a short recess. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
And it's unanimous of the four that are here at the table.
Okay.
You'll make a note that Mr. Rain stepped away for a moment.
Fine.
Seconded. All in favor say aye. Aye. Any opposed, same sign, and we are back in session. All right, we were down to 14E, which is investment report. Ms. Key.
on the back of the June report, and this is the investment report for June. These are all general fund investments. You'll see the certificates of deposit for First Financial Bank, the Schertz Bank CD, Texas Bank, and Prosperity Bank CDs, Texas Class, Texas Pool Prime, and Texas Pool. And the collateral on the cash balances and bank certificates of deposit was adequate for the period. This report is made in accordance with the provisions of Government Code 2256, the Public Funds Investment Act. The investments held in the Eastland County portfolio comply with the Public Funds Investment Act and with the county investment policies and strategies, and it is signed by both Christina Dodrell and myself.
Okay, gentlemen, any questions or comments on the investment report? Okay, can we have a motion in to accept that report in as presented?
Motion.
Second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign. 14F is financial reports and departmental reports. And Donna, I've got the AgriLife Extension report from both FCH and the Ag agent. Do you have two of them? It looks like this.
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Yes.
Okay,
Two
I've
of
got
those.
that one. I've got the report from Kathy. It'll say journal report on the first one. Financial activity report in her office.
Yes.
Okay. Then I've got, this one's also from Kathy, direct deposit collections.
Probably all together, Donna.
I believe this one is in. Well, I don't have a signature on it though.
It's not going to be. It should be all right here together, Donna, probably. Where'd it go? Where's your report?
It's laid down.
Right here? It's all right here.
It's in the back
She's
of
got
it.
3 different reports in this report.
Okay.
She's got daily, she's got probate, and she's got
Okay,
criminal.
she's got them together. Thank
Okay.
you.
So those reports from this, from county clerk.
Kathy,
Okay. All right, and then I've got the report from Justice Court, Precinct 1, 2, and I think there's a report still for 4, no, they're not.
are they all together?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Jesse, election. Let's see what this one says.
It'll tell you on the bottom of the page, Donna, what it is.
At the bottom of here?
And then at the bottom of each JP.
Okay, I've got 4. Let's see, JP4.
It says Judge Knoll.
Yeah, it says,
Top it will say no.
it says no. Okay, I've got 3 on Judge 4, 3 pages. Precinct 2, I have 2 so far. 3, 4. So I had 4 for precinct 2.
Okay, did you get Judge Glenn for Precinct 1?
Yes, and then I have 1, let me see how many reports. 2,
Probably 2.
3, I have 4 for precinct 1.
Okay,
Is that what you have?
I have these 2 here, but that may not be all of them.
They're stapled together.
Yeah, there we go. I have
Yeah,
4 of them.
staple, okay.
Yep. All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
each
Okay.
staple.
And then I have the report from Sheriff Weger. This is for fines and fees submitted to the treasurer's office. And then Jason has also got a monthly report that he wants to give to us today as well.
Okay, got that one too.
Sheriff Weger, you want to tell us about the monthly report?
Sure. We had 349 calls for service in July. just kind of skipping around here. 16 transports from various places. 79 civil process served, 46 mental health services, and 9 mental health transports to various places around the state. And we had an average daily holding in the jail of 63. We've just been redo over there and doing a bunch of ton of training still, trying to get people all their mandated stuff that they're required to have up in their licenses, their certifications. Working on the new policy and procedure manual. Of course, I just went to the sheriff's conference and got the new update. Of course, that's still happening. He just called another session, so we're still getting updates out of that. But I got a whole nother list of new policies that I have to go into this new book. So that we'll be working on that this month coming up. We're training our newest deputy, Colby Woody Jackson, and he's doing real well. Really impressed with that guy. Of course, he come out of the Marines, and he's got a really good head on his shoulders, and he's getting it. So he's gonna be a good one. We also are doing we entered an agreement with Tarleton State University doing an internship. We have a young lady, she's from Cisco, she's working on her master's, and her whole goal in life is to be in law enforcement, and this will count toward her master's degree for this semester. We are showing her the ins and outs of law enforcement, how the sheriff's office works and operates, and all the internals that go along with that. And she's doing some training with us, and just kind of doing a modified field training with her. And it's all volunteer. We're not paying her anything or anything like that. But she's helping out, working, filing papers, stuff like that. It's pretty cool, pretty neat little process that we're doing. We're kind of excited about it. Maybe it'll turn into doing some more later on down the road. And she's real smart and got a good head on her shoulders too. We've been updating the generators, systems, and internet systems, and the redundancies, and finding all the flaws and problems, and found out a bunch of stuff that should have been on the generator was never put on the generator. We've got all that put on there now. Several key systems inside the jail were not in the generator. So we've been slowly finding the little issues and fixing them as they come up. And we're working on the phone system and not the DSL, but we have a fiber line in there that apparently has never worked ever. And that was installed before me. So we're working to get that resolved. And once that's resolved, we'll have redundancy there. It should have already been there, but for whatever reason it didn't. I'm hesitant to say on all the alarms and security stuff that was not functioning, but that's being worked on or has been worked on, and that's all in process now. What I should have brought up in the dispatchers report a while ago is we sent 2 dispatchers, Darla Tyner and Susan Main, to A&M to teach fire school for a week. That was all done because of Walter. He got a grant through the Forest Service to send them, and they went down to a week-long training at fire school. Very awesome, very appreciative of Walter and Cisco Fire Department for making that happen. Hopefully we've talked, hopefully we'll be able to do it again in the future, and they'll be able to bring stuff that they learn, trickle down to the other people. Very, very cool thing, and we appreciate it, Walter, thank you. Went to the Sheriff's Association annual training, met a ton of sheriffs. There was 194 of us there. Spoke with T. Cole, spoke with the Jail Commission, spoke with TAC, everybody who's who was there. And it was good. It was a good training, good opportunity to meet with those people. We talked with legislators and people that were there for that, and got a lot of updates and stuff that's coming down the pipe. and you know, there's a few things changing for us, but not as bad as what we thought it would be. So that was good. Some stuff that's not on there, we're having meetings and talking about COVID again, because it's on the rise. So we're kind of trying to get a game plan together and trying to change it up a little bit, from pure shutdown to, because we'll have this the rest of our lives. So we've got to come up with a different plan of what we're going to do. We can't shut down the jail, you know. So we're isolating a pod as best we can, keeping a couple seg cells open for all that. We're of course putting in all the hand sanitizing and masks and all that stuff if people want to use them, and just trying to make stuff more available. We've got tests coming in. We've been talking with the nurses and all that. I'm trying to get rapid tests in there instead of the ones we send off all the time. That way we know instantly. So we're just trying to take best precautions we can. We had awesome active shooter training last Friday with Eastland PD, Cisco PD, DPS, and dispatch. Got dispatch out there too. We came and trained in Eastland High School, ran scenarios and shooting each other up and the whole 9 yards, and it's very awesome training. And then the afternoon we went over to Cisco High School and did the same thing there, and oriented everybody with each other's campuses and stuff like that. We're hoping to do one in Ranger and Gorman, Rising Star, and catch all those as well. But very good team effort there by all the agencies, and good training for everybody. I am losing 2 deputies. Terry Honey's put in his notice. He's moving out of state. He has, well, without getting into it, but he's got some family stuff going on. He's going to help take care of some of his family members and stuff. And then Daniel Young is also leaving. He's been driving back and forth from Abilene, and he's tired of driving. So we've got some potential applicants in. Don't know if they'll work out or not, you know, but maybe there's some hope in the future for that. We had a big dog deal out in the county. Lady wasn't taking care of her stuff, moved off, abandoned them. There's a gazillion dogs. We caught a bunch of them we didn't. They're feral at this point. We tried caging them, we tried running after them, we tried poling them, darting them, the whole 9 yards, and they're just feral. They're just wild. But we did catch a bunch of them. SPCA came in and helped. Eastland PD helped quite a bit. Eastland Animal Patrol officers were there the whole time. Jay helped. I mean, it was a great team effort on that too. Got a ton of warrants on this lady now. She moved to New Jersey, so I don't know when we'll see her again. But anyway, Bosecker continues to get DWIs left and right, and leads the county in DWIs. So lots going on. That's the stuff I could think of.
How did you find the intern program with Tarleton State? That's
We
great.
were approached and asked if we would be interested in doing it, and I said, shoot, yeah, free labor, I'll take it.
Yeah.
No, it's a I don't know, they approached us and asked us about it, and we agreed and got it all set up and coordinated with Tarleton, and I think that's going to be a pretty cool thing for us and for her, you know, kind of learning as we go on it a little bit, but it's pretty neat.
And you're also working on some grants about maybe purchasing some vehicles.
Yep,
That'd be good.
I've started on the grants and for vehicle purchase. Hopefully that's something we'll be able to do every year. The first one is the toughest to get through, but after that it's pretty easy. So hopefully we can do that. I'm also fixing to start working on grants for new servers and data servers. there's some grant money out there, and there's no servers over there. So I've got to have servers. It's just this day and age, there's no way around it. So hopefully we'll get those too. I don't know what I think it's 100%, but I'll know more as I dive into it.
Cool. All right, good deal. Good deal,
Yep,
Sheriff.
lots of good stuff going on, I think.
Whose
Any questions?
idea was it to do the schools where y'all,
Is that a
shot
report or is that
each
part?
other? Whose idea was that? Was yours?
Well,
Sheriff?
no, sir. I can't take credit for that. We've done it before when we were at Eastland. When I was with Eastland, it was something that was coordinated between Cisco and Eastland, but they called and asked if we would show up, and of course we will. So, because we'll be the first backups anyway. I want to coordinate one for the courthouse at some point when things settle down just a little bit.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. I keep saying that every day I say that, but I think it'd be great training here in the courthouse to do, and I'd actually like to do some staff training and stuff like that for active shooter as well at some point. And then we'll have an even bigger one. We had a pretty good sized one. I think it was last year or year before, where we did the fire departments, EMS, dispatch, police departments, the whole scenario there. And I mean, we were doing, we had kids up there laying on the floor, acting like they're, hurt and all that stuff. And it's very eye opening, and you get what you put into it, and just about everybody there puts, they know that, and they put quite a bit into it, act like it's real, the whole 9 yards. And it's very eye opening when you start getting hit with pellets. You think that, if this was the real deal, I'd be dead. So it helps you. Every scenario is different, but the more you do it, you can hopefully keep your head about you when something like that happens. And it's good for us all to coordinate and work together on those things, because Cisco's our backup, and we're their backup, and they're our backup, and we all are backing each other up all the time. So if something happens, we're all going to Cisco, or we're all going to Eastland, or we're all going to Ranger. So all of us working together to know what each other's going to do and how this operates is, it's invaluable. You can't do that enough. And so it's going well. The working with departments and all that stuff is going a lot better.
You're climbing up the curve a little bit.
Well, that's the mountain's up there. I'm trying to get to it. But anyway, I think it's going well. It has been rushed and has been chaotic for the last few months, and it will continue to be. I had no doubt in my mind the day I said I'd do it that it would be that way for a while. But if we work hard right now, I think that it'll smooth out later on. I think it's going well.
All right, Jason, thank you very much for what you're doing.
Thank y'all.
You bet.
Appreciate it.
And then the last report is from the appraisal district.
Yes,
Should have that as well. Okay.
Judge, I have constables 1 and 2 and tax office, which includes Texas Parks and Wildlife also.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
one.
Make sure Donna's got those.
And what was the other one, Loretta?
You have constables, and then tax office, and then there's Texas Parks and Wildlife. That looks
Office,
like
yes. You don't have those.
2 tax, that's right, you keep them.
Okay.
You need to have them. 2 constables.
Got 2 constables, the tax office, and.
Texas Parks and
Texas
Wildlife,
Parks.
which is maybe with
It's
tax
with
office.
the tax office.
Oh, okay, let me check, see if it's.
Yes,
Well, that's motor vehicle.
that's it.
That's the one?
Yeah,
Oh, okay,
That's motor vehicles.
okay.
That's
Is
it.
that it? Okay, got those.
Now, do you happen to have any that we didn't call out yet?
I have this one from
That's dispatch.
dispatch, that
Yeah,
goes
we
later.
have that.
Well, we've already done it.
We've
Oh.
already done it.
Okay.
Yep.
And this one from district clerk. Do you have any from district clerk?
I don't have district clerks.
Looks like she's
I don't either.
got.
She may have sent it after I checked last.
Okay, do you need copies of it for Retta?
I'm sure she sent it to us.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
I know she
It is
e-
her July report?
Yeah, she emailed it at one point.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
All right.
Okay.
And is that everything else then?
Think so.
All
So
right.
y'all had already talked about this one, so.
Yeah.
Can we have a motion in to accept in all those reports that were just addressed?
Motion.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Nah.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. And item 15 is bills, claims, and accounts.
Yes. I believe there are, I'm not even gonna tell you. The first one is July 26th, that's health reimbursement arrangement. That's employee reimbursement for deductibles. The next one is July 29th. That is the payment to Eastland County Water Supply District on the grant revenue that was certified. Then July 21st is Comdata, and it will be paid today. And the next one is August 9th. That's payables for today, regular payables. Then August 6th, payroll, all payroll payables other than workers' comp and unemployment. And the last one is August 6th, payroll, gross wages.
Loretta, I didn't see July's you were talking about. Is it on those?
Yes, that's
the one?
HRA, and then that's the one for the
Okay.
grants fund.
Okay. Didn't correspond with your July.
Gentlemen,
Sorry.
Any questions or comments on the bills, claims, and accounts? Okay, can we have a motion then to pay the bills, claims, and accounts?
Motion.
Motion made and seconded.
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed, same sign, and Donna, that carries.
Okay.
If you'll hand those around, we will start
It's
signing.
just, there's three.
Put them back in order for you.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, when's Tyler at Texas start school?
Next Monday.
Next Monday?
Okay, that takes us to item number 16, which is report on the Salary Grievance Committee. And I don't know if you've got anything in your information, but there's no,
All that Kathy has said, Judge, is she's had 4 accepted, but that there was, at this time, no committee is formed. So she's only had 4,
okay.
is the report on that.
And then item 17 is take action on salary agreements if necessary, and no one filed a salary grievance
Okay.
this year. So there's no action necessary on that.
Okay.
So that takes us then, unless you got anything else to add to that?
No, sir,
Okay.
that was it.
Item 18 is filed the 2021 tax rate calculation worksheet from the chief appraiser. And that is right here, Ms. Keith.
Yes, and this just keeps getting longer and longer.
I thought they decided to,
Simplify?
yeah, oh yeah, that's the word they use, simplify. When does that happen?
I am not sure, Judge. But Randy Clark sent this over on the 2nd, and I'm just filing it with the court. On the last page, it shows, and you're going to see this over and over in the next few things, the no new revenue tax rate is 45.9404 cents per $100 evaluation. The voter approval tax rate is 47.6349 cents per $100 evaluation, and the de minimis rate is 49.2828 cents per $100 evaluation.
And just to remind everybody, our version 1, 2, and 3 tax rate was what?
Well, actually, version 1 and 2 was still at the 2020 tax rate.
Right.
In version 3, I have included, and we'll get to all this, but a suggested proposed tax rate as revenue. So if I have to change version 3, I'll change it.
All right, so at this point, all we need to do is accept this for filing as far
Yes,
as
sir.
the tax rate calculation worksheet.
Yes, sir, and it will need to go on the county website.
Okay? Jim, we have questions or comments on the tax rate calculation worksheet? Hearing none, can we have a motion to file this 2021 tax rate calculation worksheet as prepared by the chief appraiser?
I'll make you judge.
I'll second.
Motion made and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed, same sign, and that carries. That is hereby filed. And then 19 is adopt the 2021 proposed tax rate. Ms. Cooper.
And I have presented, what I have in front of you. The first page is based on the proposed budget. I have the revenue needed to use 0 prior year fund balance, which is $8,518,354.77 in general fund. And that is tax revenue. That's not other revenues, that's just tax revenue. Then I have the tax rate needed to use 0 prior year fund balance, which is 57.2358 cents per $100 evaluation. That's not even a possibility. The no new revenue tax rate, which the voter approval tax rate and the de minimis tax rates I just read, but I serve this court in an advisory capacity, and I would be failing my duty if I did not make you aware that the rates we are allowed to adopt by Texas law will not even meet our financial needs. The second page, I have calculated, and I do this every year, what you see in front of you is the calculations at the current rate using the current values. The no new revenue tax rate, the voter approval tax rate, the de minimis tax rate, and the proposed tax rate of 45.9 cents, the suggested proposed tax rate of 45.9 cents. I also, to this year's, because I have to put this information in publications, you'll see to the right, kind of below the proposed tax rate, I have the revenue increase and the percentage, which goes on the front page of the budget, of the proposed budget. I also calculated the new property value at the current rate. And then at the very bottom, you're going to see the tax collection rates for tax years 2018, 2019, and 2020 which also has to be incorporated, and the county has to set the collection rate at the lowest of the last 3 years. So for 2018 taxes, it was 97.01%. For 2019, it was 97.14%. For 2020, and these are all through July 31st of the tax year, it was 97.52%. The estimated collection rate is 97%, just because I like round numbers.
Instead of the 97.01.
Yes.
And it's slightly less anyway, so.
Yes, it is, and I calculated at 0.01%, and it makes minimal difference.
So the proposed rate is 0.459, which is slightly below the no new revenue tax rate of 0.459404.
Yes. But the court can go up to the 49.2828 de minimis rate. I calculated it using our 3.5%. We didn't use last year, and it comes in very close to the de minimis rate.
Using proposed rate of 0.459, it had a slight revenue increase of $55,000, 55,531.
Yes. 4.81956%.
The new property value is going to be pushing that up. That's probably what got that a little bit more, because it's $21 million of new property value.
Yes. I did calculate the new property value at the suggested proposed rate of 45.9 cents.
I like the 45.9. Of course, she already knows that, but I like the 45.9.
That was where the suggestion came from.
Well, I've got everybody's around us right here. I mean, I've got them written down. I've looked at everybody's. We're right in the middle. We're not the lowest. We're not nowhere close to being the highest.
When you say around us, do you mean
I'm talking
County
County and
area.
Erath, Palomino, Shackelford,
Okay.
Taylor. Oh, Parker. I even did Gillespie since we wanted to be the next Fredericksburg. But anyway.
I believe I heard that last year.
Yep. So I've pulled up everybody's around us. Like I say, we're not the lowest. We're right there real close, but we're nowhere near being the highest. And I think with what we're doing and we're trying to maintain as best we can, that's, I mean, somewhere along the lines, and then Loretta knows this, I'm preaching to the choir. We're going to have to make some decisions on what we're going to do, but I just don't think right now is it. I've got my fingers crossed, but you know how that stuff works. It's kind of like Jason gonna get to the top of that hill. I don't see that either, but anyway, when he gets there, I'm gonna be cheering for him.
Well, I agree with Robert at the 0.459. That keeps us just below the no new revenue tax rate. I think that shows that we're definitely trying to work as hard as we can to not have any kind of an increase on the voters, the taxpayers, voters, constituents.
What was Callahan's?
I'm kind of skipping to proposed budget, but I do want to make the court aware before a decision is made. General fund, the proposed carryover from prior years, and this is out of general fund balance, is $1,687,099.56. Fund balance as of the end of 2020, which is our last audited financial statement for general fund and road and bridge. Total fund balance is $4,679,871. At the current use of fund balance, in 2.77 years, that fund balance will be zero without an additional increase. And that's assuming every year 100% revenue is used on expenditures.
Yeah, but if you look, and I know you can't answer this, but if you look at where we're at right now, we haven't used any fund balance.
No, we are still in a very good
You-
revenue to expenditure
So,
position.
Yeah, and I'm all for keeping that and understanding that is our, as the state likes to call it, rainy day fund. But however, I don't see the need to go any further with it, to grow it any more than what it already is. Somewhere along the lines, I don't want, but I still yet to figure out how we budget and then collect so much more in taxes. Because if you look at last year's, here it is again, we budget 6.9, and we're collecting 7.4, $500,000 more in additional tax revenue. So,
Is that the new, are you considering the new property?
well, I'm just, even new property can't even be that much.
Oh, that's just on collections.
That's just on collections. We budget 6.9, but we've collected 7.4 as of when this was printed. So basically $500,000 more.
And part of that is because we budgeted at a 97% collection
And we
rate,
collected.
and we've collected 97.52% so far.
Yeah, but still.
Part of it.
Part of it.
Yes.
Yeah, because it can't, there's no way 0.5% is gonna be that on there. And I don't know, I understand, and I know what Loretta's saying, and I agree with her, but somewhere along the lines, we've gotta get the numbers closer to understanding where we're at. Because we are trying to stay within that little window, but we're not getting the full picture out of the window, because when we get to the end of the year, the window's a lot bigger than what we thought it was. And somewhere there's gotta be, because there's not a mathematical way that you can make a $500,000 mistake on collection, or on anticipation of collections, because that's a lot of property. You know, and I don't know whether it's on the forms, which are very complicated, and I don't understand how they even want them to come up. They're stupid. And yes, state of Texas come up with them, and they're stupid. But anyway, they're not beneficial to us when we're sitting here at this table working on them.
Every year it's more complicated. And
Oh, yeah.
less-
Yeah,
They want to be
yeah.
transparent. Every year it's less transparent. for the state.
Every year that they claim transparency, but then they complicate it to the point that where a normal person can't understand it on purpose, you know. And I mean, I understand that we can't go in the direction we keep going. We got close one time, but now we keep growing it the other direction, and we're gonna have to make some decisions somewhere along the line if we don't hit a big growth spurt per se on the stuff. But
Anyone else?
if we could save some money, I got a phone you can have back.
I turned mine back in.
I'm talking, no, I'm not talking about that phone,
He's
Jay.
talking about his desk phone.
Anyone else?
I'm good with 95.9 below the effective rate.
I agree.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 45.
Do you want to make the motion,
I can.
Donna? Would you hand that to Robert?
Wonder where the 95 came from.
Yeah. Too many numbers in the. Okay, I move to adopt a proposed 2021 property tax rate of 45.9000 cents.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I will say.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion?
Judge, will you do a roll call on this one?
I will. All in favor say aye. Precinct 1, Precinct 2,
Aye.
Precinct 3,
Aye.
Precinct 4,
Aye.
and the county judge. So all unanimously in favor of the 45.9 cents. Okay. We need to talk about the actual version 3, and Walter Fairbanks has been quietly waiting here. Walter sent out a letter to us last week. I put a copy in everybody's package for today about that.
It's City of Cisco.
Oh, here, okay.
It's got, it's taken it from an email, behind an email.
And then we read this letter from 8th Administrative Judicial Region.
No.
Is that amount the same, the $1,100 amount?
No, I do have changes to go over, Judge.
Well, Walter's been waiting
Yes.
patiently here. Let's talk with him. Walter, you sent us a letter from City of Cisco. You want to tell us about that?
Well, I think we've all, well, at least the fire chief has recently discovered that we have two government entities, the Eastland County and the City of Cisco are both paying for the same thing. And, we're ready to let the county drop our version that you're paying for of the workman's comp and take that money and use it to something more positive, because we're already paying for workman's comp for our volunteers. And I think that would be the best thing for taxpayer money, is to put that somewhere else instead of two government entities paying for the same thing. Does that make sense?
Pretty much. Pretty easy.
And to clarify a little bit, Walter, and I know you can't answer for Darwin, but Darwin's attempted to get with everybody.
Darwin, yes, and we have had that discussion. Darwin has done due diligence to get all the information out that was necessary on this discussion from the last time this was on the agenda, and he has heard nothing back from anyone else.
I have an email here from Darwin Archer that says, I have not heard back from the city other than Ranger as to their intent to keep or dismiss their WC, which is workers' comp coverage. I want to check with you and see if there's anything else you need after the letter from TML IRP stating that all firefighters will be covered. Then you want to know when we might reach a decision or further discuss this item, so I'm glad you're here today about that. And in this other letter that Chief Fairbanks emailed, and I gave everybody a copy, says, and this is from the City of Cisco, we respectfully request if the county discontinues its workers' compensation insurance for Cisco Fire Department volunteers, the funds for such coverage be allotted to the City of Cisco Fire Department to help offset the cost of coverage we provide. So you're wanting the amount that we would save just for the City of Cisco VFD for the county workers' comp to be sent to
The same, yeah, through the way we do the other.
an additional amount to go to
Right.
Cisco VFD. Okay.
And I believe y'all had a discussion about doing that. I don't think you voted on anything to do that, but, y'all did talk about it briefly on that you could do that, so.
Do we know what one VFD insurance premium would be?
What
Because we buy a group
Galia,
of it at a time.
Understand?
what Galia, she sent into TAC and got back an answer, and at the time, there were two departments that we weren't sure had their own, and I think it took the number of volunteers down to like 36 from the current number. And they will start it, if we make the change, they will start it effective October 1st, because our plan year is actually, I think, through December. But they would go ahead and make that change as of October 1st.
Okay.
But it would only save and I think I forwarded the email to you, but it will only save the county like $4,500 in the $4,500 range for the entire year to drop to just those two departments covered.
So that's taking 6 VFDs off and leaving 2 on. So it'd be dividing $4,500 between the 6 that have their own insurance, basically.
which isn't at all what we kind of thought we could do. So the only way this will work is if the other 2 departments have their own coverage. And then just split all of the workers' comp estimated premium between the departments.
And we just don't get any response from those other departments.
Right.
Right.
So we understand, you know, if it's $500, it's $500, you know, but, you know, I just think it's just not right that, you know, both government entities are paying for the same thing. It's just not, it doesn't make any sense.
That's strange that it doesn't drop it any more than that. And Gorman's got 27 firefighters.
It was 2 departments, and
I mean,
these
Carmen.
numbers are just from what I remember. I
Yeah,
don't have
'cause,
that in front of me.
Olden only had 9. So.
And it was Olden and Gorman,
Olden and Carbon.
Olden and Carbon.
Yeah.
Okay. I was working off numbers that Darwin Archer presented in court.
So the bottom line is, it doesn't look like it make much difference unless we got all 8 VFDs to come off of it to get their own
And we already
insurance.
know Olden's not gonna be able to if their coverage is gonna be $6,000.
That's what the chief told us that day.
Yeah. Because that's when we got talking about him only having 9 people and it being $6,000 on there.
So is the other ones agreeable to do what you're wanting to do, Walter?
Be honest with you, I do
You'd say
not know.
no.
You know, the way that I look at it is that I'm an appointed fire chief for the city of Cisco. It is, you know, my city manager, that's his department, that takes care of that kind of stuff. And a lot of the other departments, their chiefs have to be involved because that's their only department, that's their only people they have to handle it for them. And so I understand why they don't really know how to work this out. You know, just leave it like it is, I guess, is what they're anticipating. But
They haven't given any kind of direction to Darwin Archer or to you as to what they want to do, the other departments. Okay. And we kind of gave the task to Darwin to decide how that would work among the departments. And I agree, it doesn't make sense to be paying for double coverage. Unless it's some kind of extension, which it doesn't sound like it is. It's not.
And to be honest with you, it's not even, I mean, it's really not even right. We're contractors, right, for the county.
Yeah.
So if you call an electrician over to your house and he falls off the ladder, well, you're not paying his workman's comp for that. I mean, he's got his own stuff for that, and that's the way it really should be. I mean, that's just my opinion, but I mean, it is what it is.
Well, you're working with government entities and volunteers to make that work. It's just,
Right.
we're very lucky we've been able to provide workers' comp all these years for volunteers. That's kind of unusual in the insurance business, so. So I guess then the question comes down to, do we try to partial out Cisco's coverage? Give them a few hundred or whatever it would be and leave the other 7 alone? Or not do that? Try again next year to get everybody to agree to it, maybe something would
Third
change.
year we've tried this though,
I know,
and so far they're the only ones in 2 years that's come up and said, yeah, do it.
I know.
But they keep want more money, which I know they need it, but they're gonna have to help us a little bit too. Figure out what they wanna do.
I'm for let's letting Cisco go ahead and we'll drop it and just see whatever it is, we'll just give it to them.
We're having our first budget workshop tonight. I mean, I wasn't expecting to come back with a figure today, but at least we know that you all are probably in agreement to do that, but you just gotta figure out how to get it done.
Well, our timeline's a little short, Walter, because we're about to start getting real close on the budget. We're gonna file the proposed budget today,
Right.
and then we'll adopt it probably on the 23rd of August. We'll be done with it by the end of this month.
Okay, I mean, and, you know, we're probably in the same situation. They're not gonna adopt a budget probably till the first meeting in September for its first reading, I'm sure. But I just, we're just looking for a ballpark figure. Yeah, or mainly if y'all are even considering doing it. I mean, if y'all are think it's too much of a problem to just leave it like it is, and we understand that too, but it's whatever's gonna work out for you guys. I mean, if it's like, I mean, a couple $100 is not really a big deal, but it's a matter of really doing the right thing is what I think is mainly where it comes from.
And the problem is, we won't know exactly what it will be until we drop that coverage for one VFD.
Right.
It sounds like maybe a few hundred at the most.
Yeah, so how fast would they have another quote for you dropping one department?
Well, and we would have to have good rosters from every department
Right.
to get an exact number.
I mean, I can send out, as soon as we're done here, I can send out an email when I get back to all the fire chiefs and see what they wanna do
Well, what it,
but I can't guarantee you any reply,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. But if we went ahead and made the decision for y'all and said whatever it did say was we were gonna give to y'all, maybe you would have a better response.
I mean, even if it was $100, I mean, it's still $100, you know, but, and I think, I don't know this for a fact, but I think because we have paid firefighters, by law, we can't drop our TML, you know, the workman's comp that we have right now. So we couldn't like just drop ours and go to the county one. They won't, that's not allowable, I don't think.
I'd be in favor of taking Cisco's off of the county workers' comp.
I would too,
And
Judge.
whatever the savings would be there, then to increase it by that little bit of an increase to Cisco VFD.
And it would look like to me, and Loretta could probably answer this, the more we actually were able to get off, the better our overall rate would be at the end, correct?
Yes.
Our experience ratio will go down because
Yeah,
one time we had
yeah.
more firefighters experiencing workers' comp claims than anybody
Yeah.
else.
We had, like 10 years ago, we had a pretty expensive one. We had a whole shoulder surgery, back surgery,
Yeah.
you know, that the county, which workman's comp was paying for.
Yep.
And y'all may still be paying for that, I don't know.
They usually use like a 3-year rolling average of what your experience is.
It would look like to me that if that would, somewhere along the lines, or if we start with just even Cisco, that it'll benefit us in the long run, especially if the others decide that's what they wanna do.
Well, if
too.
they like the way that it works for
Yeah.
Cisco, they might want to come on board. And I understand that smaller communities that don't have a city to help them through the process,
Right.
that's an issue for them.
I'll make the motion to drop the workman's comp for the Cisco Volunteer Fire Department, and whatever the savings is, put toward their, quarterly payments. I mean, I don't know what else we call that,
Put the saving toward their support.
their support payments.
We'll have to change the contracts that go out to the city of Cisco if we do that, and I'd need the number in there at that point.
Now a second.
Okay. Motion to drop the workman's comp for Cisco Fire Department and whatever the savings goes towards their
Support
Support.
payments.
support payment.
Does that sound workable, Walter?
Yes, sir, and y'all haven't heard from the city manager from Ranger, because I thought he was kind of wanting to do the same thing.
Well, at the day he was up there, I thought so too, but I haven't heard.
Matter of fact, we even asked about him when we were talking about it earlier, why we hadn't heard from him, because we thought he would be on board. And it kind of surprised us.
All right, we've
Well,
got,
we appreciate y'all anyway, and within whatever we can do, and y'all can do for us, and, you know, our 140th anniversary is coming up next month.
really,
140 years, we're the oldest fire department in Eastland County,
wow.
and we've been around a while. So, we're having a big deal on 9/11, we're gonna have an early morning memorial for 9/11, and then starting at noon, hamburgers, hot dogs, bouncy houses, come on over, climb the ladder truck if you feel
Now,
like it.
9/11 is Wednesday, right?
Huh?
9/11 is Wednesday?
No, 9/11 is gonna be a Saturday this year.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Everyone's invited.
We have a motion and a second to eliminate the county workers' comp coverage for Cisco VFD and to put that savings towards additional support for firefighting efforts from Cisco VFD. Any further discussion? We've got the motion and second. All in favor, say aye. Aye as well. It is unanimous on that. Okay. Might be a few hundred. We'll see how that works. There might be an incentive for other departments too. Okay.
You gonna get in the bouncy house?
Bouncy house.
I was kind of wondering if the judge remembered running 140 years ago.
I'd have to ask my dad and your grandfather.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else then? Loretta, we had one other question that you were gonna talk to us about on the budget.
Oh, yes. I wanted to go over the changes. On page 1. And this is line 010310120.
Delinquent taxes,
Oh, 110, I'm sorry.
current taxes.
Yes, sir. Current tax revenue is at the now proposed 45.9 cent per $100 evaluation rate, with a 97% collection rate.
Which line item? Read again.
It's the very first one on page 1.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
On page 4, um, 010380775 carryover from prior years. I've now put in the amount of carryover, $1,687,099.56. On page, are you there, Donna?
Yes.
I don't want to go too
Yes.
fast for
I
you.
know, you're good.
On page 11, we did receive the letter from the 8th Administrative Judicial Region, line 010435404, is changed to $1,114.77, which is the amount of our participation. And I had the current year rate in there, so just raised it to that number. Then on page 43, line item 010700020, transfer to Road and Bridge. I calculated the transfer needed to Road and Bridge from general fund, and it is $1,226,000.08. And then on page 44, you're going to see the revenue side of that in Road and Bridge on line 020390010. It's the same, $1,226,000.08. Then on page 51,
Read of that last one on 44, what was the last number?
010.
010, okay.
On page 1, this is precinct 2, the payroll lines are calculated at 4 full-time instead of 3 full-time and 2 part-time.
Give me page number again.
Page 51.
51.
And it's going to change all the lines, Donna, from 106 down to actually all the way to 208.
208, okay.
I'm leaving $5 in the HSA contribution line.
Okay.
So recalculated, it will change all those lines. And then on page 54, no, it's not. It's Fund 54. On page 96. Line 054380775, carryover from prior year. I added $313.15 to make that $12,718.70 to balance that fund.
And that's the end of the changes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have anybody here from the public that wishes to speak to the Commissioners Court today about anything on here, including the budget? Okay. Let's go through our schedule. August the 9th, Commissioners Court must make a decision on proposed tax rate, which we've done. Action on salary grievance, which we don't need. Proposed rate above the voter approved rate election must be ordered, which we don't need. August the 9th, notice of proposed property tax rate sent to the newspaper. Loretta will do that, and it must be published for at least 5 days before the public tax rate hearing. On August the 23rd, which is 2 weeks from today, we'll hold a public budget hearing at 9 o'clock. It's a regular item during the agenda, regular agenda. Commissioners vote to set the salaries, expenses, and other allowances of all elected and county and precinct officers, and hold the public hearing on the tax rate.
Judge, we do not need to hold that public hearing. We do not need to hold the second public hearing on the tax rate. So on August 23rd, we can adopt the budget and adopt the 2021 tax rate.
Okay?
If I need information from the appraisal district to do the notice of meeting on the tax rate, so if I can get all that before noon today and get Kathy the notice that needs to go to the newspaper for that part of it, we can do it on the 23rd.
Kathy Miles.
Yes,
Okay.
Kathy Leffler.
Kathy, you're alert for that possibly coming in so we can get a notification done? Okay, good.
The notice that you already have can go to the newspaper. This is the other notice, okay?
All right. All right, gentlemen, we're getting close to the end on it. What else do we need to cover this morning?
That's all I have, Judge.
Loretta, thank you very much for the work that you've done
Yes,
on
sir.
that. Okay, anything else anywhere along the line? All right,
Yes, you do have a motion to adjourn.
a motion to adjourn has been made. Do we have a second on the motion to adjourn? Do we have a second on the motion to adjourn?
Okay.
All in favor, say aye. Any opposed to adjourn? All right. And we're adjourned.